It is time to check out Week 9 betting lines with Steve Merrill from Wager Talk. Get on over to wagertalk.com. Check out Steve's work with not only his selections, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and the NBA included, but his money management system. We've got Syracuse and Notre Dame at the Dome at Syracuse, and the Orange, Steve, coming off an impressive showing, but losing result at Clemson, come back home as a slight favorite against the Irish.
Yeah, I do a top 25 video every week for wagertalk.com on WagerTalk TV. And if you told me this one wouldn't make the cut early in the season because one team was top 25 and the other wasn't, we would have all probably assumed Syracuse was the team that wasn't making the video. But they're obviously a strong program this year. Notre Dame just 4-3, not even in the mix. Also, necessarily wouldn't have thought Syracuse be favored in this game, right? And that's the case we have here. In fact, 2.5 point line is not high enough. It opened 1. It's up to 2.5 now later in the week. But my math projection is a 5.5 point win, 5.3 to be exact. That's a math simulation, which I run 10,000 simulations. That's the average victory. Syracuse 5.3. So all things equal, the line is cheap. There's value with Syracuse. Here's the problem, though, is what's the mindset of Syracuse after that tough loss, as you mentioned, against Clemson, a game in which they probably could have won, should have won maybe even. I mean, they had the lead late, got thoroughly outplayed in the fourth quarter. Little misleading, of course, because they had a 4-1 turnover edge. I'm not going to say they outplayed Clemson, but they probably should have beaten Clemson. They definitely had the opportunity to win, and close losses like that, a game that probably knocks them out of the national title picture. I mean, I don't think Syracuse really thought they had national title hopes. I'm not sure their fans thought it either. But had they won that game last week and they moved to 7-0, they really would have probably controlled their own destiny being in the playoff. And now they're on the outside looking in. You know, one loss normally doesn't eliminate teams nowadays. I think with Syracuse, it probably did. So you just worry about their mindset here. Situation favors Notre Dame. The math model favors Syracuse. That's usually a game I stay off of. The one thing I will say, though, is that Syracuse has one of the stronger home-road dichotomies in college football. It's always a unique setting up there. Notre Dame has been a very Jekyll and Hyde team this season. They're taking a substantial step up in class. Syracuse just played one of the best teams in the nation. Notre Dame just played UNLV, rather. So there are some things that favor Syracuse. I just don't know if they're going to be focused, but I'll rely on the math model at 3 or less. I think there is some value with the Orangemen.
Join us on Patreon. You get the Discord link where you can talk college football 24/7, 365 with a group of college football nerds just like you. We call them the Knuckleheads. We got Steve there with his under-the-radar selection each and every week. 7-1 against the spread. Pretty darn good right there. And you get my selections as well. Again, that's patreon.com. Search Mark Rogers TV. Head on over to wagertalk.com. Check out Steve's work right there. Steve, appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks, Mark.